So, are some dreams actually prophetic? Well, welcome everyone to the Dr. Blue Duck podcast. And I had a dream last night, and I think it might have been prophetic. And I am a little bit hesitant to share that with all of you because people online who talk about having prophetic dreams, well, they're kind of weird. They're kind of a little bit wild. And a lot of times that's just a cue for me to go on to the next video. But I want to tell you a little bit about my background first so you can kind of understand where I'm coming from. You see, I didn't always grow up in church, even though my parents told me about Jesus. My first church background was in the 6th grade after my aunt tragically passed away. We started going to this church that was a charismatic church. It was pretty wild. People were running into walls. People were being slain in the spirits. I mean, Benny Hinn would have definitely approved of this church. But then my family moved to a Calvary Chapel non-denominational church, and it just to us felt a little bit more biblical. And after high school, I started going to a pre-seminary Bible study for college and career students, and it was actually at a Mennonite Brethren church. And when I got into like my 30s, I decided to start going to a Southern Baptist church, and that's where my family and I attend now. I'm a member at the Southern Baptist church, and that's actually where I teach the Bible at as well. So I'm pretty happy there, and things are good. But I'm one of those Baptists that's sometimes a little bit too charismatic for the Baptists, and definitely too Baptist for the charismatics. I don't know if anyone relates to that. My doctorate degree is actually in worship studies, so I'm very interested in visiting and checking out and learning about other Christian churches, and I've even visited Reformed churches and Vineyard churches and everything else in between. And overall, this is what I believe. I believe that the Bible is true, and I also believe that God still moves in people's lives today. So back to my dream. Although I've been a gamer since I was a kid in the 80s playing the original NES, learning that the princess was in another castle, in junior high I got really into playing music. And then after that I started playing in rock bands in high school and even into my 20s, even into my early 30s. But then when I got a little bit older, I kind of grew out of the whole playing in a rock band thing. It was just weird being in your like early mid 30s playing at some little local venue with a bunch of like 13-year-olds cheering you on, especially being a high school art teacher. So I kind of got out of that scene and I started going after one of my old loves, which is art, which is painting. I did an MFA program and I started painting a whole lot. And I started exhibiting my paintings all through Los Angeles, doing all these shows, had a few solo shows, had a solo show right out of Chicago one time. It was a blast. I still exhibit my paintings today. But in this dream I had, here it is. I'm there in my dream playing my electric guitar and I'm just rocking out to this song. And the song's just amazing. And I have this feeling of total bliss while strumming my electric guitar, and it was just overwhelming. I was like, man, I miss this feeling so much. And then in my dream, the next thing I see is me painting on a large canvas. And the meaning was so clear to me. You see, my rocking out in bands had turned into painting on the canvas, painting these wild and free, creative and unique characters in this cartoony, uncanny form. And if you've never seen my paintings before, they're definitely trippy. And I'll go ahead and put a link below to my art website if you want to check those out. So I'm pretty positive God was confirming to me in this dream that I was supposed to keep on painting, because painting now is my rock and roll. The paintbrush is my guitar. The unique images on the canvas are my notes. Yes, gaming is part of my daily life, and you can clearly see how the images in gaming actually interact with my images on the canvas. And I'll probably still play the bass guitar at church every now and then. You know, once a musician, always a musician. But I think God is telling me that I need to focus a little bit more on my paintings and keep exhibiting my work and selling them in the gallery that I'm represented at. So that's it. I know God gives dreams to people in the Bible. Has God ever given you a dream that's possibly prophetic? I would love to hear your thoughts, gaming dads. And as always, be kind, use your minds, and game on.